Over the last few months, we have made a lot of meals in this kitchen. Some got the job done, some were really good, and a few,
Unbelievable.
we haven't stopped thinking about. And those are the ones that you want to keep on a regular rotation in your kitchen. So today I'm sharing with you 5 recipes that we've made over the last few months that have made the cut and just can't get out of our minds. So if you are looking for easy but extraordinary dinners for your family, this is the video for you. Hey y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the Making. So many of the things that I use in my dinners each and every single night come from Thrive Market. They have sponsored a portion of this video. I'll tell you more about them later, but Thrive Market has made grocery shopping so much easier for us. So I'm gonna start with number 5 and work my way up to our favorite from the quarter. Number 5 was a crock pot meal, and y'all know I love a crock pot meal, but I was so impressed that all 3 of us loved it. My son was here to eat that, and he even suggested when we ate it, hey, do you think this is good enough for a best of? So here it is, crock pot queso chicken chili. This is queso chicken chili with roasted corn and jalapeno. We will do the roasted part later, but right now we're just gonna put everything into the crock pot, let it cook on low all day, and then we'll do the remainder at the end. For this recipe, it calls for chicken breast. However, if you know us, we prefer chicken thighs. So I have about a pound of chicken thighs in here. We're gonna use this entire jar of salsa today. However, only half of it is going in now. We're adding in 1.5 cups of water and then some seasonings. We need a couple of teaspoons of chili powder. I used the dark. We need 1 teaspoon of cumin and about half a teaspoon of salt. This is the flaky salt, so I'm gonna add just a tad bit more, and we can always add more later if we need to. So this is all we're doing for now. This is going on low for about 6-7 hours. You could definitely do it on high if you wanted to as well, but I'm just gonna put it on low. Obviously it says 8 hours. We're not gonna wait 8 hours, but that's all for now. It is much later in the day, and we are going to finish up this queso chicken chili. Side note, I need to know how many of y'all watch me and y'all don't think I have an accent because you sound the same way. So how many of y'all are Southerners? I need to know. The reason I ask this is we were at church last night and we were chatting with my pastor and someone else, and we were just talking about a couple of different things, and I said, yeah, I went to high school with her. And Stephen said, and where'd you go to high school? And he said it on purpose so that I would say what I was gonna say in front of our pastor. I said, Bowling Springs. And my pastor just cracked up. He loves that I don't say Boiling Springs, South Carolina. I say Bowling Springs because that's just how we talk around here. But he just thought it was hilarious. And he said, I bet a lot of people love to watch you because of your accent. But I'm like, I don't have an accent. Maybe y'all have the accent and I'm just normal? Chances are, no, that's not it. But I just want to know how many of y'all are Southerners and you talk like me. And I know there's people that's more Southern than me. And how many of y'all are from not in the South and you don't sound like me? I was just wondering. So many of the recipes that I choose all use just pantry staples that I keep on hand all the time. And many of the pantry staples that I love come from Thrive Market because they're non-GMO, they're organic, they have really great ingredients, and I just order them on repeat. So as soon as I'm out, I'm adding them to my cart online. Thrive Market is sponsoring this portion of today's video, and I have to tell you, Thrive Market has made grocery shopping so much easier for me. So if you don't know, Thrive Market is an online grocery store. It is a membership-based grocery store. It's only $5 a month, and honestly, the convenience of it is worth the $5, but it's gonna save you money in the long run. So if you find yourself stopping in a grocery aisle to read ingredients, you don't really understand what you're reading, and you don't know what's good for you and what's not, then Thrive Market is gonna be the answer for you. They ban over 1,000 ingredients on their website. I get a lot of our pantry staples there, but I've also switched out a lot of our junk food for healthier options. Our house really doesn't have much junk food these days, and the snacks that I do have great ingredients because I get it from Thrive Market. I've really gotten to where there are just certain things that I always get from Thrive Market that I always keep in the pantry. And Thrive Market makes it really easy for me to reorder these things over and over again. But here's the thing, there are things that I've ordered because they have so many things on their website. It could be kind of tedious to find those things. But I use the buy it again feature, and the buy it again feature has all of my products that I've bought over and over again listed, so it's very easy to just add those to my online cart. If you've looked in the grocery store at organic items, a lot of times they're pretty pricey. And you know what? Thrive Market is very competitive as far as their pricing goes. So you're gonna get a lot of savings just by being a Thrive Market member. And let me tell you, you're gonna have access to so many different things. And if you need to filter anything on their website, it's really easy to do that. If you have a certain dietary restriction, you can filter things on their website, do a search, and it'll show you all of the products that fall into that particular restriction that you've put on it, so that you know that you're getting items that you can eat. So if you find it tedious to go to the grocery store and look for organic options and stand there and read labels, you need Thrive Market in your life. I've got it linked below, or you can just go to thrivemarket.com/mandyinthemaking. And when you join today, you're gonna save 30% on your first order, plus you're gonna get a free gift. So thrivemarket.com/mandyinthemaking. Back to the regularly scheduled programming. We're gonna preheat our oven to 450 because remember, this is queso chicken chili with roasted veggies. So we've got to roast the veggies. Here's the dill pickle. I wanted one red and one green bell pepper. However, my grocery store was out, so we just get all green veggies. That's just, it is what it is. I'm gonna chop up these 2 bell peppers and this jalapeno in this little chopper, dicer thingy. That way it'll be a lot quicker and they'll all be uniform. I am gonna take the ribs and the seeds out of this jalapeno. That made for quick work. Let's move on. So I've got a can of corn, and y'all know I normally use frozen corn, but we're going with a can this time. I'm gonna drain it, and I am gonna rinse it too. So now that we've done that, let's place this on a large baking sheet. I am gonna dry it off a little bit too. I'm just gonna pat it dry with this paper towel. And then we'll do the same with our peppers, our jalapeno and our green bell pepper. And we're gonna pat this dry as well. And let's toss on a little bit of olive oil. I'm using some garlic infused. You know what we need? I think we got Chipotle olive oil, did we not?
I don't know, I have to check.
Last time we went, let me go check.
All right.
We sure did. Chipotle infused olive oil. So I'm gonna drizzle a little bit of this all over top. We don't need a ton, just a little bit. You know what? Maybe I should take my little pour spout from this one, and that way it'll pour a little more evenly and I won't dump it all in one spot, you know? There we go. That was probably a wise idea. Chipotle infused olive oil, oh my gosh. We timed that just right. Our oven is ready, so let's pop this in there for 10 to 15 minutes. Steven went to the back of the house. He'll be back in just a few minutes, but it's a good time to do what I'm about to do. We're gonna soften half of this block of cream cheese. I don't want to hear his belly aching right now. I mean, he'll come in here belly aching in just a minute because he'll be filming me putting it in there probably, but I really want to soften this really well because then it just makes it so much easier and quicker for it to melt. Uh-oh, I hear him coming. Busted. Busted by the cameraman. His favorite ingredient. I'm gonna melt this. Well, not really melt it, but soften it.
I caught you.
You did catch me.
Caught you red-handed. Better hurry up.
Okay, we're gonna shred some cheese. Pepper jack cheese. We're gonna use almost this whole block. This is an 8-ounce block. That's probably enough. We're gonna go with that. Now I've got this can of black beans, this pack, and I'm going to drain and rinse these. Okay, our chicken is definitely done. You see that steam come off of there?
That was nice.
It was nice. It's like a magic trick or something. We're going to shred our chicken, which should be extremely easy.
Mixing shop does a good job.
It does. And thighs are just so easy to shred too.
It's my favorite tool.
I love this tool. I agree.
It's so versatile.
Versatile.
It's got some of that versatility. If you're looking for versatility in a kitchen tool, then look no further than the Mix-N Chop. Available in Mandy in the Making's Amazon store.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
That's good timing because we need to add those veggies in here.
Let's do it.
We're toasty and roasty over here. Look at that. So let's add in our black beans to our chicken. We're gonna add in the rest of our salsa from earlier today. Okay, we're gonna add our veggies in. This baking sheet is really heavy, so I'm not even attempting to do that one-handed. And then we're gonna add someone's favorite ingredient. Then I'm gonna have to go plug this back up. I had to unplug it just for camera purposes, but we're gonna plug it back up and let it simmer for another 30 minutes or so until all of this has melted. But you see how soft I got it. Like, it's very, very soft. And we'll be adding that pepper jack cheese in right before we serve it. So right now we're just gonna let all of this hang out. We're gonna let that do its thing. I need to plug it back up, put it on low for 30 more minutes. It has been about 30 minutes. So let's take a look at this. So you can see some of that cream cheese is still, like, I need to go through and just kind of mash it up, make sure that it's evenly spread and that nobody gets a big old glob of cream cheese in their mouth when they take a bite.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Yeah, it's not ideal. it melted pretty well. Ooh, that smells good.
It does smell good.
Now, right before serving, we're gonna throw in our pepper jack cheese. All right, I'm gonna taste this and see if I need to up the salt content, just to be sure. No salt needed, we're good. Cole is so happy right now.
Eat that now.
Okay. It reminds me of a chicken stew, the consistency out of here.
Right,
Wow.
It's over.
it's over.
Creamy, cheesy, spicy. Wow, that's really good. Those flavors are rich, deep.
I'm so happy. What you think about those roasted veggies? Are they good?
I love this.
Really?
Yeah, this is like a Tex-Mex take on white chicken chili / chicken stew. It's,
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yay. Even
gotta
with
be
cream
like
cheese
a-
in it.
Yeah,
I love it.
You think it's good enough to be in a best of? It's that good.
It could be up there.
It
that
has
good.
potential?
it does for
It
sure.
has potential, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that is very exciting to hear. And just in case y'all were wondering, this hutch over here is not decorated right now. I took down all my Christmas decor and literally just threw everything in there. So it's a hodgepodge. Just ignore it. Ignore
I'm
that.
glad you mentioned that because I was wondering.
I know you were very upset by that. All right, you will crack open your Ollie Pop,
Ollie Pop, Ollie Pop.
and I am gonna dig in.
Doesn't it have like stew vibes too?
It does. I think it's that shredded chicken, like
is,
the
yeah.
long shreds.
Right.
Makes me think of chicken stew.
It's so good.
The
Tex-Mex.
veggies are not super soft because we roasted them.
Right, they have a little
So
bit
they
of
have
texture.
a little crunch to them.
Right.
That's a keeper.
Several of the ones that I chose for this quarter are made in one pot. We love a one pot meal. So this particular one is a Mediterranean beef and rice bowl. Y'all, it is so good and flavorful. It would be great for lunches, but it's also great for dinner.
All right, y'all, we're getting started on the next one. Now you're gonna have to pretend with me that we have the rice, like the ready-made rice in a pouch that we're gonna put in the microwave. Thought I had that on hand, I don't. So I am gonna have to use 2 pots for this meal because I've got to cook some rice. But if you've got ready-made rice, this is the time to use it because it'll make this meal even faster and a true one-pot meal. But I'm just going to rinse about a cup of, I've got basmati rice. I'm gonna rinse this really quickly. I've got some water heating up on the stove and I'm gonna cook this before we get started on our next meal. Okay, I think our water is ready. Yep, we're ready. So let's add our rice. I'm gonna stir it around, let it bubble again, and then I'll pop the lid back on and we'll turn it back down. So I haven't even told you what we are making. We're gonna do some Mediterranean rice bowls, ground beef rice bowls. Very simple, very quick, especially if you have the ready-made rice. And I could have, honestly, I have, I think I'm out of minute rice too. I was gonna say I have minute rice, I could have done that. Either way, use something that's a little bit quicker and it'll be a true one pot. But this is coming back up to temperature. Let's turn that down and let's go chop up some veggies and things that are gonna go in our bowls. Okay, so I've got all my ingredients out here. We're gonna be making a dressing in just a minute. And then I've got these cherry tomatoes that I'm gonna move off to the side. Those are gonna go on top. But what we're actually gonna be cooking is a red bell pepper, which my grocery store has stopped carrying regular red bell peppers. They carry these, I think they're called Aloha peppers more recently. They're kind of orange and red. It's interesting. Anyway, we're going to wash this and chop it up, and then we're gonna slice the rest of this red onion. So this would be great for dinner and or for lunch. We're having it for lunch today. You know what, I'm gonna go grab my chopper because I don't wanna dice this. I wanna just use my chopper, so let's do that. Sometimes if I'm in the mood, I'll just go ahead and dice something, but I'm not really in the mood. So let's dice it up using my chopper. I don't believe this version of the chopper is available anymore. This is an older version. I've got this chopper linked in my Amazon store below. It's the newer version, but it's the same thing, same company. That was much quicker and easier than standing here and dicing it. But now let's slice up some of this red onion. I'm gonna save a little bit of it. And then I'm just gonna cut these large whole pieces just in half.
And we are done with what's going to be cooked. Now I do need to slice a couple more things, so let's do that. So I've got a lemon. We're gonna be using half of a lemon in the sauce or the dressing. And then we also need to mince a couple of cloves of garlic. I gotta tell you, I've been making cooking videos on YouTube for almost 8 years, almost exactly 8 years. And it has been a challenge to come up with new ideas after that long, even though there are millions of recipes out there. So I quite literally could never run out of content. Trying to find a new spin on things and to do things a different way becomes overwhelming when I think about, oh, I've already done that, or I've already done that, or I've already done that. But I know a lot of you haven't seen that content because it's older, and or you wouldn't mind seeing a recipe shown again because we truly love it. So I've just been struggling lately coming up with new recipe ideas and new video ideas. Once you've been doing something for quite a while, it's just, you gotta think a new thought, you know? All right, I'm gonna throw this in here in my little garlic press. Actually, both of these will fit in there at the same time. And then lastly, we just need to have some cherry tomatoes. I did have this other tomato that I need to use as well, so chop it up. But this is just for topping at the end. All right, we also need to make our dressing for the end as well. Very simple dressing. We're gonna be using plain Greek yogurt. Y'all know I have a complex with this. I have to make sure it says plain about 30 times. Just use vanilla Greek yogurt when you think you're using plain, just one time. It'll ruin you for life. Okay, we need about 1/4 cup of this, which is not much at all. And then we need the juice of half a lemon. We need this garlic that I pressed. And that's it. However, we might have to add just a little bit of water to thin it out. Let's see. I'm just gonna shake it in this dressing container that I have. I'm gonna add the tiniest bit of water. Not much at all. And let's stir it around or shake it around one more time and it should be good. I don't want it super thin, but I don't want it to struggle to pour out evenly. Okay, that's done. We can set that to the side. Our rice is just about done, which means we can get started on our main thing. Now that our rice is done, I have moved our large skillet here and put it on about medium high. And I've got 1 pound of ground beef. And I am gonna go ahead and break this up, but I'm gonna let it sit and get really brown on the bottom before I kind of start moving it around the pan a whole lot. Okay, it's been a few minutes. Now I'm gonna go in and break it up even more. It's got some color on the bottom. Now at this point, we're gonna add some seasonings in. I've got some oregano. I'm gonna do about 1 teaspoon or so of that. I've got some cumin. I'm gonna do maybe half a teaspoon. And then of course we've got garlic powder, maybe half a teaspoon of that as well. Salt and pepper. I'm still trying to get over this cold or whatever it is that I have between the sneezing fits. It's not easy to film, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, let's just continue to cook all of that. So we're gonna let this cook all the way and then we're gonna remove it to a plate. Okay, this is done. So I just put a paper towel on a plate. I'm just gonna put this over there, let that kind of soak up any grease that it has. And now we're just gonna leave whatever little tiny bit of grease is left in there, which honestly is not a lot. So I'm gonna add just the smallest little bit of some Tuscan herb infused olive oil. It won't take much. And then we're gonna throw in our veggies that we sliced and diced earlier. And we're just gonna let these saute for 3 or 4 minutes. It's not gonna take long at all. And we're getting close to the end, friends. It's not much more. Now, one thing I forgot to show y'all a minute ago is I got some spinach out and just roughly chopped it. That's gonna go in just a minute. You just need a couple of handfuls of spinach. It has been about 3 minutes. These are nice and soft. So let's throw in our spinach. And then we're also gonna throw in our cooked rice. Now, our rice obviously is cooked and it's still warm, but if yours is not super warm, like if you had cooked it the day before, just let the rice heat all the way through and you're gonna want that spinach to wilt down. So I'm just gonna give this a couple of minutes. And I'm gonna add just a little bit of salt and pepper at this stage too. Okay, our spinach has pretty much wilted down, so let's add our ground beef back in and just toss it all around. And then we will go serve it in bowls and top it with our dressing and our tomatoes. Sliced cucumbers would be good. And then we're also gonna add one last touch that you cannot forget if it's a Mediterranean bowl, in my opinion. And I'll show you that in just a second. You cannot forget the feta cheese on a Mediterranean dish. You just can't. And then lastly, we've got our dressing that's gonna go over top.
This looks very interesting.
Interesting is usually a bad word for food.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's bad because I haven't tried it yet, so
Right,
I don't
right.
know. I don't know what this is gonna be.
My goodness, I hope it's not bad. That would be awful.
All right, let's try it. That's good. That's really tasty.
What are
There's
you-
a lot of stuff going on here.
There it is.
Okay, it's very light. That's really good. Okay, the feta cheese is coming in hardcore.
Okay, good.
That is really tasty.
Yeah.
And is this sour cream or something?
It is plain Greek yogurt mixed with some lemon juice and garlic.
Oh, okay. You can definitely pick out all the onion, the tomato.
Okay.
And then, yeah, it almost reminds me of like a sour cream,
Okay, yeah. I get that.
especially with the feta cheese. Because the feta cheese has the saltiness to it.
So this is a Mediterranean ground beef rice bowl.
I'm getting some herbs.
Yep, there's some oregano in there.
Yeah. This is really tasty.
I'm so glad.
My eyes deceived me.
He was not excited, y'all.
I
He
was
just
like-
kept saying, this looks interesting. And I know what that means. We all know what that means.
It just means, hey,
I have my doubts.
you're
Suspicious.
but you're still innocent until proven guilty, right?
That's right. All right, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm going to dig in.
It's light and bright flavors in there.
That lemon in the sauce
Yeah.
brightens everything up
it
for sure.
really does.
Ooh, that's good.
It's almost like a salad.
Oh, man.
It is super good.
Y'all, this might become a new favorite.
Yeah, this could be something we could eat on the reg for sure.
Wow. Please make this.
Yeah, give this a try.
It would be a great lunch, but
Lots
also a great dinner.
of great flavors in there. Super good. I'm not surprised.
If you've been around for a while and you've been watching my Tuesday videos, you know that we are working our way through every single state and making the most popular dish from each state. We're calling the series 50 States, 50 Plates. Now, we've had some really great ones, but one just stands out in our minds as being top notch. We want to make it again, and that is from Vermont, and it was the cheddar ale soup that we made. Y'all, it is so good. So we've got a little prep work to do. We've got to cook some bacon. We've got to do some chopping. So I'm gonna do that and then we'll be back. That way you don't have to sit through all of that and we can just make the soup together.
Hey babe, do you think we have enough carrots?
As we're filming this, the South is about to get hit again with another winter storm. And I did an order on Instacart and the small bag that I wanted was out. So they substituted a 5-pound bag of carrots and they are larger than life. I mean, some of these are, look at this one. What is happening?
I challenge you to a duel.
To get started, we've got a large Dutch oven that I'm starting to heat to about medium high. And y'all, we have some bacon grease left over. And
Yes, we do.
If you know anything about the South, we love to cook in some bacon grease. And this recipe that I found says to use 4 tablespoons of butter. We're gonna use butter and bacon grease because that's gonna give us so much more flavor.
Oh baby, you spoke my language.
So I'm gonna pour a little bit of bacon grease in there. And then I'm gonna put a couple of tablespoons of butter in with that. So we're reducing the butter. If you don't have bacon grease, you don't wanna use bacon grease, just do 4 tablespoons of butter or half a stick. Let's put that in there. We're gonna let that melt down. So our butter, it has melted. Everything's nice and hot. Let's add in our onions, our celery, and our carrot. We're gonna let these cook for about 5 minutes. Towards the end, I'm gonna add in our garlic. We've got a good bit of garlic. We got more than it calls for because someone was in charge of the garlic.
Wait a minute, who was that? Who did that? I don't know.
I don't know either. Just some little gremlin came in here and decided that we needed a lot more garlic.
Maggie.
Yeah.
How dare you put more garlic in there?
Right. Let's throw some salt and pepper in here too. That smells so good already. Oh my goodness. You know, I'm stoked about this.
I am too. I'm super excited.
I love cheese no matter what, but when they said that I should make a cheese soup for Vermont, something else we need to go ahead and throw in and let it do its thing is this bay leaf, which I find interesting. Usually you just let that simmer with the soup, but this soup does not have to simmer for very long. We don't have to cook it for very long, so in order to get the flavor, we need to throw the bay leaf in now. We'll discard it in a little while. Let's go ahead and add in our whole daggum head of garlic, it looks like.
Maggie.
She's something else, ain't she?
She's a garlic monster.
All right, let's let that hang out for a few more minutes. So now that our veggies are a little soft, we're gonna reduce the heat to like medium-low, and we're gonna sprinkle some flour over top of it. We need about 1/3 cup of flour, it says, so I'm gonna start just lightly going in here and coating that. Let's stir it around and we'll add some more because we need more than that.
Our yard's gonna look like that tomorrow.
Our yard is gonna look like that tomorrow. But worse, they're saying 7 or 8 inches.
Yay! Snow angel time, baby.
You could do it.
Snowball fight.
We've done that before. All right,
It's coming.
we need a little more. Okay, that should be good. So let's cook this for another 2 or 3 minutes. Let all that flour kind of cook and not be raw. And then we'll move on. It's been a couple of minutes. Now we're gonna whisk in some of our liquid, or all of our liquid. We've got 2 cups of whole milk going in. While I'm at it, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this back up to about medium high. Now, we've got 1 3/4 cup of chicken broth going in. And then I'm pretty sure you can stop right there. You can maybe add just a little more chicken broth if you're not gonna do the ale. But we did purchase some, what is this? You said that Gaelic?
Gaelic ale.
Gaelic ale, Asheville's first beer. So we're gonna add this ale in. You need a 12 ounce, and that's what this is. We're gonna simmer it. The alcohol's gonna cook out. All will be well. But we are adding in a lot of flavor with that beer. Okay, let's bring that up to temperature. And while that is doing its thing, we need to go shred some cheese because you can't have cheddar soup without the cheddar, baby. So very important. We have these 2 blocks of the Cabot extra sharp, seriously sharp cheddar cheese. First of all, Cabot, I don't think any of their cheese has color to it. They don't add those additives to it. It just looks like this. But if you'll notice, one of these is a little bit shorter than the other. And there is a reason for that. We saved a little bit of this cheese for later on. And it kind of goes along with dessert. I'll explain it later. So let's shred all of this cheese. We need 4 cups of shredded cheese, which is basically 2 blocks.
Y'all, I'm not letting her handle this bacon. I don't trust her. Let me show you what she does. She takes a piece.
Excuse you.
And then she might take another piece.
Stop.
You should have seen her run over here. She looked like she played for the Seahawks. It's bowling. She ran over here so fast. You have to play for the Seahawks, I guess, or who else is playing? Seahawks and the Patriots.
The Patriots, yeah.
One of them teams. Look, I got a special player right here for you.
Look, I wanted the Jags to be in the Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
I know, me too.
All right, we're letting it do its thing. The alcohol is evaporating out. That's exactly what we want. I'm gonna set a timer so we don't forget. That's so sorry.
Now.
You scared me. It's been right at 5 minutes and it has thickened up a little bit, which is great. That's what we put that flour in there for. So now what we need to do is add in some more flavors. We're gonna add in some Dub sauce.
Oh yeah.
We love Dub sauce in this house.
Gotta have some Worcestershire.
Gonna add in about a tablespoon. Also gonna add in a tablespoon of dry mustard.
Interesting.
And then some more salt and pepper.
Okay. And that is looking and smelling scrumptious.
Okay, let me stir all that around. And we're about to have to add our cheese here in just a second, which means we ain't far from being done.
I know. I'm so excited.
Oh, you know what I meant to do?
What you mean?
We have pretzel buns, and I meant to bake those. We ain't got time now. But this served with pretzel buns, are you kidding me? That would be so good.
Yeah, it would be good.
What would have been? Never mind, we're just kidding. It only takes 10 minutes to bake these things, so we're going for it. These are Bavarian pretzel buns. Got them from Wild Grain. I just think that dipped in this soup, y'all, I don't think there's any other way to eat this.
We got to do it.
We're gonna do it.
Let's do it.
So now it is time to add our cheese. We need to reduce the heat because you don't want it to boil once you have the cheese in there.
Okay.
So let me stir this around one last time and I'm gonna go grab my cheese and oh gosh, look how thick that is already.
Man.
Y'all, I wish you could smell this. It smells absolutely amazing. We are gonna take the bee leaf.
The bee leaf.
We're gonna take the bay leaf out in just a second, but let's add our cheese. 4 cups
Golly.
of cheese. All right, I'm gonna add that much to start and I'm gonna stir this around real quick.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That is a lot of cheese.
A lot. I'm turning this down to low. Okay. Oh, it's already melting real good.
With all this cheese, we're going to get our fiber in.
Is that fiber?
I said we got to get our fiber in because of all this cheese.
We'll just leave that right there. I thought you said with all this cheese we're getting our fiber in. I was like,
No, we got to have some fiber because of all this cheese.
correct. Gosh, y'all. Are you kidding me right now? Is this going to be a new favorite soup?
I'm starting to feel it.
In your bones?
I'm feeling it in my bones.
Okay, we're going to let all of that melt and just heat through. It's on low, so it's good to go. I rhymed. And we're waiting on the pretzel buns, so that'll be another 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So we'll just keep this on low and all is well.
We're Vermonters today.
We are
The thickness and creaminess.
of this soup. Right.
Wow.
Right.
All the lovely vegetable bits in there. I'm excited.
I am too. I really hope that it's as good as I'm hoping it is.
Man, super rich. Wow.
Those Vermonters know what they're doing, huh?
Man, you talking about some cheese flavor.
Oh gosh, I bet.
Wow. The flavors are bold.
Yeah.
The cheddar flavors. You can tell like the beer enhances that cheese flavor.
Yeah.
Really brings it
Oh yeah.
out.
Yeah. Right.
The bacon though.
Right.
With all of that flavor, that cheese and bacon flavor mixed together, that is special. This is amazing.
I'm so happy.
I mean, we all think about moving to Vermont.
It's too cold in the winter up there, but thanks.
Sweetheart.
I cannot wait to try this.
We have never had a soup like this before.
All right, I need to be able to take a bite. Can
Yeah, well.
you
all
take
right.
the camera. Thank
Okay.
you. I appreciate it. Y'all. Here's the dill pickle. I don't like beer. I don't like the taste of beer, really the smell of beer,
Right,
but it works with this, but it's not a super beer taste.
right. It is a happy marriage.
Oh,
The cheese
My
flavor
goodness.
with the ale. I mean, in the inside, almost makes you think like potato soup. But the consistency is way smoother. Potato soup's a little grainier,
right.
but not this. This is super smooth. This is gonna be on the top.
This is a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, for real.
Wow.
Vermonters, great job.
Y'all know what's up.
Yeah,
Y'all know what's up.
this is incredible.
I want to go visit Vermont
Yeah.
just to eat cheese and have maple syrup. Go to Ben & Jerry's. Sounds like a great place.
The top 2 recipes came from one particular week of cooking, which was astounding to me, and both of them are 1 skillet chicken meals. Number 2, I'm gonna put the lemon garlic chicken skillet all in 1 skillet. So easy, 30 minutes or less. Y'all, the flavors are unreal. This is gonna be a creamy lemon garlic sauce that goes on top of our chicken. It's gonna be so good. You can serve it over rice, do like we're gonna do, mashed potatoes. Let's do it.
Let's preheat our skillet to about medium high. Also, we're preheating the oven. We've got it set to 375, so it's warming up now.
We're making this recipe just with 2 chicken breasts, actually 1 large chicken breast cut in half. But the recipe, the original recipe, calls for 4 chicken breasts. However, we are not gonna cut the sauce in half today. Nope, we're doing the full amount because we want some for on top of our mashed potatoes. I'm gonna pound these out. They're pretty thick. Just a little bit of salt and pepper. Flip them and do it again. So we're gonna make some of the sauce right now. We've got about 1 cup of chicken broth in here. We need a couple of tablespoons of lemon juice. So I'm gonna squeeze that in. We've got minced garlic. We need about 1 tablespoon of that. And then we're gonna add in about 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. Let's whisk that together and we're gonna take it over to the stovetop. Now to our skillet, we need to add about a tablespoon of olive oil. I'm gonna use this garlic infused olive oil. So we're just gonna let these cook on each side for 2 or 3 minutes. We don't need to cook it all the way through right now. This is gonna finish up in the oven, so just a heads up. Also, to make it a true one skillet, it'd be great if your skillet can go from stovetop to the oven. Look at that color already. It's been a couple more minutes. We're just gonna remove this to a plate. We're gonna set this to the side. We've got some diced shallot here. If you don't have shallot, you can use red onion if you need to. But we're gonna, also I moved this down to about medium. We're gonna put the shallot in, and we're gonna add that chicken broth mixture that we made earlier. Now, if you've got any brown bits on the bottom, scrape that up at this point. And you want this to simmer. I'm gonna turn it back up just a little bit. You want this to simmer for like 10 minutes because you want it to reduce down a good bit. So let's set a timer so we don't forget. Okay, so we're down to about 1/3 cup of that liquid is remaining, which is what we want. We're gonna leave the eye on, but we're gonna move this off. To that, we're gonna add some butter. We're gonna let that melt. The thing is we don't want what we're about to do to come up to a boil. So that's why we removed it off of the eye, off of the heat for just a minute. And now we're gonna add in our heavy cream. I've got about 1/4 cup. Let's whisk that together and take it back over here. We're just gonna let this heat for just a second while I put my chicken back in. Okay, this is going in our 375-degree oven for just about 5 minutes. We just wanna make sure that the chicken is done, and then that's it.
Cut into this here meat. This looks really good. I love sauces. It just makes it so much better, more flavor. Man, this is another home run. Garlic, lemon, buttery, creamy sauce.
Yeah,
With a kick of spice.
good. Oh yeah, with
It's
the red
got
pepper.
some spice in it.
Okay, so if you wanna dial down the spice, leave the red pepper flake out.
That lemon. That sauce is amazing.
Good,
Oh yeah, the shallots now.
good.
Talking about enriching the flavor.
All right.
Just layers of flavor in this. That chicken is stupendous.
Okay, I'm gonna eat this stupendous chicken.
I'm telling you what,
It does have a kick.
it's got a kick, doesn't it?
But that lemon, can't believe how easy that was for this many levels of flavor in there.
Right.
That's really good.
Yeah, this is a good one. Thank you, babe.
Yeah, you're welcome. The top one from this quarter, I'm gonna go with 1 skillet Tuscan chicken. The flavors are out of this world. And yes, it even has sun-dried tomatoes in it because something that's Tuscan is more than likely gonna have that. But the way it cooked, the texture didn't get me. Y'all, it tasted like something you would order from a restaurant. It is that good. You need to make this. We're heating a large skillet to about medium-high heat. So we've got 1 large chicken breast that I've cut in half, and 1/2 is a little bit thicker than the other half. So we're gonna pound that out just so it cooks evenly. That's something I've learned over the years for sure. You don't want 1 thicker, 1 thinner, because they're gonna end up at different times, and that's not what you want.
Right. It's stress management too.
It is. And then I like to do this right here and kind of see if they're the same thickness, and they are. So we're done there, so let's season these. So just a little bit of salt and pepper and garlic powder. And let's flip them and do the same thing on the other side. To our skillet, let's add about a tablespoon of butter, maybe a little less. And then we're also gonna add about the same amount of olive oil. We love this palmetto olive oil, and this is the Tuscan herb infused, and that's gonna go great with today's dish. So we're gonna let that cook on one side for 3 to 5 minutes. We're gonna let it get some good color on it before we flip it. Okay, it's been about 3 minutes, so let's flip these over. Look at that good color we're getting. There we go. So I think this one is done. I'm gonna go ahead and remove it to this cutting board to let it cool. We're gonna give this one another minute or so. We've got a little bit of oil left over. We're gonna add just a little more olive oil back in there. Maybe another half a tablespoon or so. And we're only doing about 4 ounces of sliced mushroom because we're only making 2 chicken breasts. But if you're doing more, you might want a whole carton of sliced mushrooms. We're gonna let these saute for about 5 minutes. This has been cooking for about 5 minutes. They're nice and soft. I've got some chopped sun-dried tomatoes. Not usually my favorite thing. However, I've grown to kind of like them lately, so we're gonna try it. Let's put that in there. And then we also need to add some chopped green onion. We're gonna salt and pepper it, and we're gonna add in some garlic. Not all of this garlic. We got a little excited chopping up the garlic. We're gonna use some of it now, and then we'll use the rest of it in another recipe later. There we go. So let's let this cook for just a minute or two. Now to this, we're gonna add in about 3/4 cup of heavy cream. And then we're also gonna add in some Parmesan cheese, about a 1/4 cup of shredded Parmesan cheese.
Babe, this
Yeah?
is gonna be so good.
It is.
I'm so excited about it.
Okay, we're gonna bring that up to a boil, which it pretty much kind of already is, but let's give it a second to truly simmer all the way through. Okay, we come up to that simmer. I'm gonna put this back down to about low, medium low. Let's stir it. And it's thickening up a little bit, which is what we wanted it to do. So let's throw in, we've got some chopped spinach gonna go in. We're gonna let that wilt. Okay, let's put our chicken back in. And I'm gonna flip it so it truly gets coated. We're gonna let that chicken just hang out there and warm back through for just a couple of minutes, and then we're ready to eat. That was easy.
Now
Hello, sir.
Hey, you did a good job.
It smells so
Look,
good.
this just looks amazing.
It really does.
And I'm surprised because of how easy it was.
Yeah. I mean, it looks way fancier than
Yeah,
you would expect with the minimal effort that we had to put in.
right.
Yeah. We don't normally eat chicken breasts in this house. We
No.
are a thigh family, but I know a lot of people love chicken breasts, so here we go.
Unbelievable.
Yeah?
That is incredible.
I'm so happy.
That sauce,
So-
so flavorful. It's got this garlic, savory flavor to it. The salt is perfect.
Okay, here's my thoughts. You could double the sauce and put it over rice or noodles.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. Like you
This
could
is
chop up the chicken.
So creamy and delicious. These
Okay.
mushrooms
Yeah.
are amazing with this.
I'm so glad. I am so excited to dig in.
Baby, you've got to try this. That should be on a menu somewhere.
I was about to say I would order this at a restaurant.
Yeah, for sure. The flavors, you can definitely tell that Tuscan herb infused olive oil just
makes a
adds
difference.
so much flavor to that. It does have an Italian vibe to it.
For sure.
Yeah.
So this took less than 30 minutes to make. This is a huge winner.
Yeah, absolutely. Good job, babe.
So you'll have to tell me which one of these have you already made or which one are you adding to your meal plan for this next week. And while you're doing your meal planning, why don't you just go on to thrivemarket.com/mandyinthemaking and join today, because you'll get 30% off of your first order and you'll get a free gift. And then you can kind of stock up on some of these pantry staples that you'll need to make these recipes. We appreciate y'all being here, and we will see you next time. Bye, y'all.